attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi team, how are you? If you can hear me, just raise your hand, wave it around a little bit. I can see that everyone's hearing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sorry about that before. I asked James and he was actually doing something. He had kept the webinar open from before, and so it kept kicking me off saying that there was another webinar on and I couldn't use it, and so that's what was happening. So we're all good, we're all on. We are missing some, which I hope people are still driven towards Tahiti and not losing that focus, because that is actually what sometimes happens. People start to lose the focus. They may have not had a good month, or something happened, but you can still achieve it in just even this time now. There's still time to achieve it and to really work towards it. And so I just want to really encourage you, just keep your focus, keep your aim, have your Tahiti photos everywhere. Like, I seriously have Tahiti everywhere. And those days that are just, one of those days, and who's had one of those days in the last week or even month? Raise your hand if you, yeah, everyone. Everyone has one of those days, and it seems like everything's coming on top of you. You may even not feel like doing what you know you've got to do. That's when you've got to just turn back to this dream, and it makes it all worthwhile. And at the top I just wrote, you can have your dreams or you can have your excuses, and your choice. And that's really the key here. There's all sorts of excuses any of us can make. Some have, some actually have legitimate, and that's true. And there's definitely been times in my life that it's been definitely harder to do things, but it's just a matter of pushing through that, and just focusing on your dreams and what you want. Because the great thing is, and I've seen this in a lot of you've really focused, but Tahiti is the goal, of course, but what's happening is you're building incredible, strong businesses that are going to go way beyond this, and the strength that you're building is actually going to carry on to next year, to the next incentive, which will be for ACON next year, and then there will be another overseas incentive next year too. So we've just got these incredible things, and this momentum that you build, it's not just for Tahiti, but that's our focus now, but it's for long term, and so that's where it's just an incredible time, and just to be able to be part of this, and to be able to build your business and have an incredible reward like that. So it may feel like, oh gosh, this is hard going. I'm tired, I want to go and have a sleep. But just focus on the reward. It's going to be amazing, and an incredible reward. And I want everybody from our team to be there. I've heard a few things, and I know that we're doing really well, but don't let that let you get complacent, because believe me, that word is getting out, and other teams are starting to move, and they can really blitz it at this last moment. So let's keep that momentum, and that's what I'm saying, this midway point where it's, you're getting a bit tired. Maybe you haven't had a good couple of weeks, or you haven't had a good month, or, and you start to think, oh, I don't think I can win. You definitely can. You definitely can keep going with this and winning that. Just a few things that we'll go through. And Amy was asking me today about how to work out your base volume, and I was going to go through that tonight, but I won't tonight, because I want to work out, I haven't worked out how to work out the individual legs yet. I can get the base volume as a whole, but not the individual legs. So I'll work that out and let you know about that next week, but you don't actually need to fill that form in till a little bit down the track. But yeah, I'll show you how to fill those forms into coming up towards when you need to do that. Crystal says first dibs on the hammock. I love it. Well, I think I'll be floating around the water. Do you guys actually imagine yourself there? Like, just raise your hands if you're actually putting yourself in this location. Yeah, awesome. That is exactly what you want to do. You want to think about being able to scuba dive and to you know, walk out and sit on your deck and have the most incredible food and you know, drinks and all of those things that you can imagine, because I'm telling you, Manatech will treat you like royalty. You will be treated like royalty on this trip. You will be blown away by the way that you're treated. My first trip, I couldn't believe that they would treat us like that. Like, it blew me away. So yeah, get really excited about that side too. So, and this is what I put this up in the group today, and I just want to go over it a little bit. So I'm learning every day to allow the space between where I am and where I want to be to inspire me and not terrify me. Because, you know, I don't know about you, but if you think about, oh, that's a big goal, or, you know, I want to get there and, you know, I've got to, rather than that terrified, because I can tell you the minute you start to get terrified, the minute that fear steps in, it paralyzes you. The amount of times where I've just stalled in my business because I've just been so paralyzed to actually move forward. So allow it to inspire you. Just think, you know, by doing this step, it's getting me closer to where I want to be. And that's an amazing thing, that there's just through those little actions and through, you know, what you're doing, you're getting to where you want to be, not just for Tahiti, but for your business and to take you to the next level. So really connect with that. Now, one of the things that I went through last week is how are you going to achieve your push goals or stretch goals, call them. So, you know, stretching yourself, and it is going to take stretching yourself. Keep stretching as much as you can. So vertically, building on current activities. So what are you doing now that you can maybe do a bit more of? An extra call. You know, taking that to new heights. Like, how can I add to what I'm already doing? Increase the calls that you make. Increase your presentations. You know, I was laughing with Amy today because the recommended presentations, well, we don't do that. We do a lot more than that. Because if you want to get to where these bigger goals, you need to increase your presentations. You need to be doing a lot more, and I love that about this team. We're not sticking to, you know, the recommended in that 100-day challenge, the daily habits. We're actually pushing way past that and really going on to you know, doing a lot more presentations and a lot more calls, and just increasing your enrollments too, each BP. And then horizontally, doing something totally different. You know, plan to do something you've never done before. So I want anyone on this call, I want you to actually plan to do something this week that you've never done before. And make that push you even more. You know, whether it's a success or a failure, it doesn't really matter. Because even if it's a so-called failure, you're still learning from that experience. And I have had that many failures, it's not funny. But what I've done is, rather than let that bring me down, because I actually have a tendency to do that. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and if something isn't right, you know, I can let it bring me down, and that just stops me. Rather than letting that, you know, bring me down, I use it as a learning experience and go, hey, okay, I learnt from that, and how many successful people, every successful person has had to go through failures or things that haven't been right, or rejections, to become the people that they are. So don't worry if you put on a party and one person shows up, or it's still a learning experience. That whole process of actually setting the party up. And I loved, I think it was Suzanne, I don't know if she's on the call, but she was just saying her party, and I think one or two turned up. But she said, oh, but it was really good because I actually, learnt the whole process, and I learnt how I could do it better for next time. So, maybe setting a party, maybe getting the 10 leads offline like Jeff did, how about giving that a go? The other night, an old family friend called, and I just was forming her, just, general, asking her how everything's going. And then she goes, well, what are you doing working from home now? And so, it was an opportunity that I could open up, and she's ended up ordering. But, just going to different places and speaking to different people, and, doing something, we do things online, but how about thinking about, well, what can I do offline to speak to more people? And speaking to someone that you may have been reluctant to, because you just never know. I've never been able to, in my 3.5 years, pick the person that's going to be interested. Never. It always amazes me who the person is that, is the one that asks the questions or wants more information, or wants, the people that I think, they're often the ones that aren't interested. So don't, discount anybody, put it out there for everybody, and you just never know who's going to be interested and want to come on board with that. And the other thing too, that everybody, if you started out as an associate or as a regional director, so associate, you've only just enrolled, or you were in a regional director, you need to make national director by the end of next BP, so that you can be eligible for this. So that's really important to think about for your goals. Okay, what do I need to do to get to national by the end of next BP? And I know a lot of you are working towards that this BP, which is great because you'll have that growth. But if next BP is the cut-off, so make sure by the end of that you've worked towards that. And if you're not sure about how you're going to get there, or what you need to do, speak to your upline or the person that's mentoring you, so that they can help you get there and achieve that, because that's what they're there for. They're there to help you. So I'm really excited. This is a really important time. I want to encourage you, keep your focus. Keep that focus on your dream, because it's so worth it. As much as you can, imagine yourself there, and keep that pushing of your goals. You can have a rest at Christmas. You can take time off then, but just really push through and keep that goal straight in front of you, and focus like the rhinoceros. We're charging ahead at that goal and going to achieve it. So I don't want anyone to miss out. I want you all to really keep that focus, and I want you guys to all win it. And so that's my biggest aim, is to make sure, you guys are there. You guys are the ones that are enjoying it, because I want to hang out with you. I want to hang out there with our cocktails beside the pool, snorkeling, enjoying that time that we've all learned. So put your hand up if you're excited about this trip. Who's excited? Yeah, awesome. Okay, guys, well, have a great week, and keep your focus, keep connecting to your dream, and keep connecting to your upline and your support. That's what we're here for, to encourage you and just help you along the way. So thanks, guys, for coming on, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye.